I would like to welcome Ms. Dorothy Gordon, Director General of the Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT, and Mr. Wilfried Rütten, Director of the European Journalism Center. Good evening.
So, Mr. Rütten, the projects that we see over here are very different from the mainline media. They are not the typical news. What do you think are the key differences in the mainline media and the projects we see over here, and what do you think is the future for them?
I think start with the last question. I think they have a very big future. This is excellent. This is really, really good. You should be proud of having this. It's not just a little bit. This is good. So this is the future. What is the difference to the mainstream media? This is more socially responsible. This is taking people seriously. This is trying to change things that are not good. This is doing things in a responsible manner. And I think this is, again, something we see sadly missing in the mainstream media these days. And also showing this to journalists. Journalists are scrambling to find some reasonable thing to do. I've seen a lot of application development from big media houses where they're struggling with this, where they're trying to spend a lot of money to engage with audiences. This is the best practice model, and I think everybody here should be really, as I said, should be really proud of being involved in this and doing this.
Thank you, Mr. Rütten. Ms. Dorothy Gordon, thank you for coming to us from Ghana. You have also worked with a lot of UN organizations, and what, according to you, or you know, how, according to you, has the online and the mobile space, especially journalism, contributed towards reaching the MDGs?
Wow, that's a tough question. When you talk about development issues, it's very important that people understand them. You'd see that with traditional media, we have a lot of stereotyping. And I think that the winners that we see here really demonstrate how important it is to give people voice. Because once you give people voice, then you see really who those people are and what interests them. So talking about the MDGs, of course, traditional journalism does a great deal in terms of advocacy. There are responsible journalists, even though it's, you know, got a bad name a little bit now. But our friends from the media are really those people who traditionally have driven content in our context. And the World Summit Awards is about the best digital content. So, of course, they have a wonderful contribution. But I think it's so exciting to see the crowdsourcing, to see that people are able to express themselves more or less live in their own language. I think language is so important. So in terms of the UN and media, I wouldn't want to comment because every well-trained UN person would have cleared those comments before making them, and I don't work there anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon.
One more remark?
Yes.
I'd like to make one more remark. We've been talking a lot about development and developing world and developed world, and I think the winners here, this is the developed world, and we are the developing world here.
There's no such thing as the developed and developing. It is some more developed markets maybe heading for recession, and then some emerging markets which are booming.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I would really love to invite the winners for this category, Pursue Truth, on the stage. We have Mr. Sunni Muhammad Ashraf Khan from Bangladesh with his project Right 3, Mr. Mostafa Rafat and Mr. Ali El Hefnawi from Egypt with their project Zabatak, and Mr. Shif Bhaskar Dravid from India with his project The Viewspaper. Welcome on stage.
So Ashraf, if I can call you a little ahead. Your project write3.com relies heavily on mobile app. Do you think that with the growth of internet in developing countries, mobile might see a little bit of a downturn?
Well, it's just about changing the device. So penetration will increase on mobile phone. So it's no downtime.
Thank you. Congrats.
I'd like to interview Mostafa. Okay. Okay. Anybody can come. Okay. So I'm really glad that you're fighting corruption in your country. It's a really big problem in Nigeria as well. You know, and I admire your courage because I know that governments don't really like to see such things. But you know, I also know that you started it during the Arab Spring. So you know, for me, I would really like to know how did it contribute to this Arab Spring, and you know, how is it contributing after it?
We started Zabatak as a social reporting service after the Egyptian revolution. At the beginning, we thought that people will spam us, send us incorrect information, or even ignore our service. But surprisingly, people needed our service. They send us a lot of information attached with photos, videos, and even official documents
Wow.
that pushed us to take an action and put a pressure on the government to solve those people problems. And in my opinion, when you give the right tools to people, people do amazing things. And when we talk in numbers with the governments, they take actions. And that is what we are making a change in Egypt's community for. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Shiv. You know, I find it really amazing that you have over 200,000 fans on Facebook. What do you think are some of the key points to achieve this?
He's getting me to release some of the secrets. I think, truthfully, we didn't really have any resources to put behind Facebook till the beginning of the year, and we were, I think, about 1,500 fans on Facebook. And content was just getting pushed out. There was a community, there were a community of writers who had been writing, but we hadn't leveraged on that community. And I think it's that community, as we got them involved, that's helped us build this number that we have today. It's taken a lot of work trying to understand how Facebook works, a lot of data, a lot of analytics, but I think at the end of the day, it's finally come down to our writers. They're the ones who built this for us. And with the way it's going, I don't see 10,000, 15,000 writers or 500,000 Facebook fans out of reach. So the key is, I guess, find people who can do that for you and the work becomes easier. Thanks.
Congrats.
Thank you all. Thank you